The first week of Donald Trump's administration has been anything but calm. Despite his supporters' high hopes, chaos has erupted even before the ink on his re-election certificate has dried. Voters, particularly Trump's base, are beginning to express frustration and disbelief over the early, controversial decisions coming from his team. His loyalists, some of whom believed he would bring stability, lower prices, and drain the swamp, are now questioning his motives as they face the reality of his picks. The promises of a meritocratic, efficient government seem far off, with controversial nominations shaking the administration's foundation before it's even properly formed. In just a few days, Trump has appointed figures like Matt Gaetz as Attorney General, Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence, and Fox News host Peter Hegseth as Secretary of Defense. He has created a Department of Government Efficiency and assigned Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to lead it, a choice that has already drawn raised eyebrows. Conservative forums, including Trump-supporting subreddits, are lighting up with concerns and criticisms over these picks, with some calling them the worst possible choices. Many are beginning to confront the possibility that these appointments may have less to do with governance and more with rewarding loyalty, raising serious questions about the integrity of Trump's second term. Let's delve into this chaotic first week, highlighting the controversial appointments and reactions from Trump's own voters, media personalities, and political strategists alike. The appointments that sparked the storm. In Trump's initial round of administration appointments, the selection of Matt Gaetz for Attorney General raised the most immediate alarm. Gaetz, a vocal Trump supporter and controversial figure, is not known for a legal career that would typically qualify him for the role. Rather, he has made headlines for contentious statements and his recent ethics troubles in Congress. The backlash was immediate. Across social media and conservative subreddits, users expressed dismay, with one user posting, "This is the worst pick yet. Is the goal to just piss off liberals, or actually governs?" Another commented, "Gaetz as AG? This feels like a slap in the face to anyone hoping for a competent administration." Tulsi Gabbard's surprising appointment. Adding fuel to the fire, Trump named Tulsi Gabbard as the Director of National Intelligence. The choice has polarized Trump supporters, with many questioning her suitability for such a sensitive role. Known for her anti-establishment stance and previous criticism of the Democratic Party, Gabbard's alignment with Trump's agenda is unclear. As one conservative voter noted, Gabbard might share some outsider perspectives, but does she have the expertise for such a critical role? Some see the move as another example of Trump's inclination to appoint figures who generate controversy rather than foster stability. A rogue agency run by billionaires, Musk and Ramaswamy. In a particularly eyebrow-raising development, Trump announced the creation of the Department of Government Efficiency, humorously nicknamed Doge, after the internet meme-turned-cryptocurrency. He appointed Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to lead this untested agency. The choice of two wealthy businessmen to run a government agency with the supposed goal of promoting efficiency has drawn both laughs and criticism. Many worry that these billionaire appointees may prioritize corporate interests over public needs, leading one Reddit user to question, appointing billionaires to fix what average people need? This feels tone-deaf. Another user commented on the potential for conflicts of interest, particularly regarding Musk's ownership of Tesla and its vested interest in policies related to transportation and energy. Fox News and the Pentagon. Peter Hegseth as Secretary of Defense. Perhaps the most shocking appointment of all was the nomination of Peter Hegseth, a Fox News personality and former Army officer, to lead the Pentagon. Critics argue that Hegseth lacks the extensive military and defense expertise traditionally associated with the role of Secretary of Defense. The backlash has been severe, with many Trump supporters questioning if the decision was based on loyalty rather than qualifications. One Trump voter on social media bluntly put it, "A Fox Morning Show host running the Department of Defense? This has to be a joke." Another added, "Isn't there anyone more qualified who's also loyal to Trump?" This appointment underscores the fears of many that Trump is prioritizing media personalities over experienced policymakers. the unraveling reactions from Trump's own voter base. The response from Trump's voter base has been a mix of dismay, shock, and frustration. On conservative forums, even longtime Trump loyalists are finding it difficult to defend his choices. Comments like, "This is madness and stupidity, and I don't get this one," are flooding these online spaces. Many voters are grappling with the reality that these choices do not reflect the promises Trump made about draining the swamp and bringing efficiency to government. Adding another layer of frustration, Trump voters expressed particular concern over Trump's nomination of Marco Rubio as Secretary of State. Many on conservative platforms perceive Rubio as a neocon and warmonger, noting his past support for U.S. military interventions. One user referred to Rubio as the Cuban Lindsey Graham, accusing him of representing an interventionist approach that runs counter to Trump's America First promises. The reality of loyalty over meritocracy. As Trump's appointments stack up, a clearer picture is emerging. Loyalty is the common thread. From Gates to Hegseth, Trump's team consists of individuals who have shown steadfast allegiance to him, often with little regard for their professional expertise. Political analysts have noted that this approach fosters a dangerous culture where loyalty supersedes competence, creating potential risks for governance. Meghan McCain, daughter of the late Senator John McCain, vocalized the sentiment, calling the Gates appointment jokes and criticizing Trump's perceived disregard for merit. Vince Monroy, a Democratic strategist, succinctly summarized the unfolding spectacle. "Watching Republicans act shocked is astounding. This is what they wanted." For many, this observation speaks volumes. It underlines the notion that Trump's voters may be experiencing a wake-up call as they witness the tangible consequences of the choices they made at the ballot box. The implications for policy and governance. This chaotic approach to appointments could have profound implications for Trump's administration's effectiveness. Elon Musk's influence over the Department of Government Efficiency has raised questions about potential conflicts of interest, particularly in transportation and energy sectors. Critics argue that Musk may exploit his role to push for policy changes that benefit Tesla or undermine federal regulations that his companies find burdensome. Similarly, the appointment of Peter Hegseth as Secretary of Defense could affect U.S. defense policy. Critics argue that his lack of experience could weaken the nation's military readiness and lead to poor decision-making on critical security matters. For Trump supporters, these picks are especially worrying because they appear to prioritize personal loyalty and ideological alignment over the core competencies needed for these high-stakes roles. The growing dissent among voters and within conservative media. Beyond online forums, dissent is growing in conservative media circles. Reports suggest that some Trump voters are already growing disillusioned as they witness these unorthodox choices and the backlash they have generated. A Black Trump voter voiced his disappointment on social media, commenting on Trump's exclusively white cabinet picks, saying, "Bro, we voted for you. Hire some of us." Others, including prominent voices on Fox News, have begun questioning Trump's motives, albeit subtly. As Trump's first term saw him eschew many traditional Republican norms, his second appears poised to dismantle remaining expectations of conventional governance. The reverberations are even impacting immigrant communities that initially voted for Trump, as CBS News reported on growing anxieties among Florida Latinos regarding Trump's deportation promises. Many are worried about mass deportations targeting people who came to the U.S. for political asylum, even as some previously supported Trump's rhetoric on immigration. The media's role in the chaos. Amid this turmoil, mainstream media has faced criticism for its coverage. Some prominent figures, including NBC's Chuck Todd, suggested that the impending confirmation hearings could save cable news for the short term. Trump critics argue that the media is trivializing the real-world consequences of Trump's appointments by focusing on ratings over substance. Trump's critics, including Democratic leaders, see these early decisions as harbingers of a chaotic term filled with nepotism, corporate cronyism, and power consolidation. By sidestepping confirmation processes and relying on loyalists over experts, Trump may not just be reshaping his administration, but also redefining the very fabric of U.S. governance. The chaotic beginnings of Trump's administration serve as a stark reminder of the consequences of voter choices. His loyalists, some of whom hoped for a meritocratic administration, are now grappling with an unfiltered reality that prioritizes loyalty over expertise. As Trump's appointments raise alarm, both conservative and liberal commentators are converging on a shared concern: the erosion of institutional standards in favor of personal allegiance. For Trump supporters, this moment may be a reckoning as they come to terms with the disparity between Trump's campaign promises and his administrative choices. For the broader public, the lesson is a reminder that elections have consequences and leadership decisions can deeply impact lives. As Trump's term continues, the path forward is uncertain. But one thing is clear: his administration's unorthodox approach will continue to draw scrutiny, skepticism, and debate across the political spectrum.